They say it's a free world, free speech. Fear not. If you've got your story to share, there's a global audience anticipating to hear. Be bold, be truthful, tell them precisely. Join us on youtube.com, Great Amaziyah, for the TDP show. Sundays at 5 p.m. And this is not about just interviewing artists only, but we want to interview everybody. Players of instruments, comedians, poets, actors, actresses, dancers, people with talents who now get fair share. And remember, it's all about honesty, the truth about your opinion. We want the world to know. Amaziyah the Great, tell them precisely.
Megan is also here. She's here.
Amazing.
Yeah, so we do give thanks for you joining our TDP show from wherever in the world you are. So I was saying, Monica, welcome.
Thank you.
So tell our viewers, who is Monica D. Vance, other than being just a poet?
Yeah, so I wear a lot of hats. Poet, writer, speaker. I day job. I'm a mental health therapist, so love like working with people and encouraging people. And on my Instagram page, I do a lot of like motivational, encouraging things. So I just love encouraging people. That's like the purpose of my life, is to encourage and motivate others.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
I
Interesting.
love that.
So you are, to be performing at the Pawtucket Poetry Anniversary 5th, and I must say we are so elated to have you on. It was, something that Lori decided that, you people brings a whole different vibration to the event, and it would be honor to see you guys perform. You five phenomenal ladies. I mentioned to Sandy when I last saw her at Riff Raff, and she's so electrified and excited. And me myself, along with other persons who have not seen you all perform on one stage, anticipating that moment. How excited are you to perform and share poetry at this event, Monica?
I am extremely excited. I was kind of caught off guard when you messaged me. I was just like, oh my gosh, like I get to like perform longer than like 5 minutes. Like I'm super duper excited. I'm excited.
And how you feel, Jillian, to be sharing same stage with all these ladies? I mean,
Oh,
you got
I feel so honored and excited. I feel like it's a true full circle moment to have found Pawtucket Poetry at the 4th anniversary and to be performing alongside these very talented women at the 5th anniversary. Couldn't have asked for a more exciting opportunity.
it's an honor to have you all on it. Monica, how long you've been writing poetry?
Since I was a little girl, so I mean, like probably second, third grade, I've been writing. Took a little bit of a break for a while, and then kind of started back again this year. So I've been writing for a long time.
Awesome. Um, we would like to hear you share, a poem, and after that, no. So we gonna we just reached the first 27 minutes. I know Jill has other engagements, but we just gonna just vibe, share our poetry, and let the world hear what we have. So
All
if
right.
you don't mind, can you please, you know,
Sure. So I have a poem called Create Now, Creative. Create now, creative. Dream now, dreamer. Sing now, singer. Write now, writer. You've sat with blame and shame. You've eaten dinner with imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is a fancy phrase for fear of being seen as brilliant, and fear of being seen as fragile. But show your art now. If you delay its showing, you may lock it away in a basement. You may shove your poem, your song, your dance in the depths of your belly. Release now, artist. Release now, creative. Release now, songbird. Release now. Your world needs to hear your revelations. Your thoughts aren't useless. Your perspective isn't idiotic. Your mind isn't scrambled. I know that you have wondered, am I crazy? Am I flaky? Am I worthy to create art? You've listened to the critics who aren't creatives, but bystanders and even murderers of art. They've misunderstood your brightness and your boldness. They've insulted your dreams. They've never witnessed someone like you in their surroundings. You remind them of their inadequacies. You brighten up the darkness that they like to live in. But you can bloom now. You can escape the soils of doubt and self hatred now. Dream now, dreamer. Sing now, singer. Write now, writer. Create now, creative. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. The question that, as I asked Jill earlier, it's the same thing I will ask you. What made you write that? What are the inspiration behind that poetry?
I think for that poem, I've been thinking a lot about just creative folks, and I think sometimes we can feel kind of out of place, and even for me, kind of embracing my creativity, I feel like we sometimes feel awkward and like we're like scatterbrained, but we're really not. Like we have so much inside of us. So I wanted to write a poem to encourage the creatives to just create now. You have stuff inside of you. Create it right now.
Okay, Sandy is saying something. I love how you enter the self-talk we all have and challenges us inspirationally to move forward and embrace ourselves. Sandy, so thank you so very much for that. And Megan is here giving you all the flowers. She said, beautiful, Monica. I love it. Megan, thanks for being in the audience in our virtual space. I really do appreciate. I like when new people come to the platform and they participate because this is what we are here for. And I must say to you, ladies, I love the engagement and how you participated and still participating, not just for the TDP show, but I see you all, be sharing the flyers everywhere. And I must say, this is what we are here for. Once we are on these events, because people can tell you, or you might see it. I go hard where promo is concerned. You get what I'm saying, and that's what it's about. Because if I don't promote me, who will? If you don't promote yourself, who will? And I must say, kudos goes out to you, Monica. I see you just took it to social media, and you start just doing some videos, and I'm like, that's so me. By the way, people, look out and check out Lori's book. It's called Tucked in Flowers, Hidden in Plain Sight. It's on all over. So check it out on Amazon. Tucked in Flowers, Hidden in Plain Sight by Lori Kirkland. Also, do look out and check my book out, Don't Cry by Craig A. Kirkland, another multi-talented Jamaican. Yes. So I assume everyone will be there on the 5th. Monica D. Vance, are you here with another piece of poetry?
Yes. So this is a newer poem called Red Box. God, I put you in a box last week. I put you in a red box with sparkles on it. I put you underneath my bed so that you're still close, but far enough that I don't have to confront your requirements or your affirmations. But when I put you in that box, I put myself in a box too. I put myself in a red one with a silver bow attached to it. I hid underground. I hid in a sewer. I've decided that it's extremely risky to thrive. And it's abnormal to be the wild one in the stagnated rooms. But you didn't create me to function in a box, to dream underground, or to live in a sewer. You've said, daughter, you are fearfully and wonderfully made, gifted and courageous. But there's an unrealistic security in the red box. I can pretend to have no talent or aspirations. I don't have to succumb to your frame. but the corners of the box are itchy. My skin becomes dry and bumpy. My thoughts become dull, and my heart is shrieking. I believed that the box would have supported me, but it has dismantled me instead. I took the red box from underneath my bed today, and I took you out of it. When I took you out of that box, I took myself out of a box too. I've decided that I'm required to thrive. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. I really do appreciate. Um, yeah, and like I said, ladies and gentlemen, citizens across the universe, we are here on the TDP show with these two phenomenal ladies, Monica D. Vance, Jill and Adriana, and both, along with three other more, will be performing at the Pawtucket Poetry 5th anniversary on January 5.
So this poem is called Daddy's Girl. 4 years ago, my dad passed away, so this is a dedication tribute poem to him. I didn't realize that he was one of my best friends until he died. I told him everything. I told him about things that probably shouldn't have mattered to an older man. But he listened to the whines of his daughter, who didn't understand quandaries such as, why didn't that guy text me back? Or why is work so stressful? But my daddy would tell me, you have to crawl before you walk when I stood in front of mountains. He celebrated my writing. He told me to keep waiting for my future husband. My daddy was one of my first teachers of faith. On Sundays, I watched him with a hymnal in his hands. Sometimes he would request to sing Amazing Grace, and his gentleness changed to a trembling fire as the song jumped out of his mouth and towards God. My daddy would transform the kitchen into his own seminary. The Bible, a notebook, and a concordance surrounded him. The day my daddy died, my heart fell out of my body and onto the ground. My heart was twisted and stomped on. Work, friends, and church were distant, empty containers. As my heart dragged itself through dust and weeds, the first birthday that I had without him, I laid on my bed. Tears were running throughout my body, pondering about the future. I could have taken a pill to my face and disrupted my life, but God said no. My daddy, he was quiet, a quiet strength, and a witty sense of humor. We often watched reruns of Sanford and Son together. He made cornbread and pinto beans. I'd smell the flavors from the living room, and I knew I would gobble one of my favorite meals from him. When my daddy died, I could have stopped being passionate about God, but God said, I have more for you. And as I entered God's more, my heart left the dust and the weeds and returned to my body. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. I do appreciate that. I respect that. Um, Monica D. Vance. Hey, so the first time when I was reading your name, I said Monica Advance.
Yes.
Yeah, because you joined up together, but if there was another A, and I was like Monica Advance, okay, it's Monica D. Vance. But it's all good. You could claim that name also. It's a good look. So, Jill, if you're still watching, Sandy says thank you. Sandy, let me say this to you. Kudos goes out to you one more time because Sandy, you are not on the show, but you are participating. You're showing support and love, and I really respect and appreciate that. A lot of persons I tell about the show, even when they're not on the show, they don't want to participate. And I say kudos goes out to you, and I meant that from my heart. So give thanks. Jill, it was a pleasure having you here. Monica, it's an amazing feeling. It's awesome feeling to have you people here, and this is what we do. So if you're watching anywhere in the world, and even if you don't have a talent, if you have a story, if you want to vibe, send me a DM. We can have a vibe. We can chat on the TDP show. If there's something that you want the world to know, you feel free. Um, you did a poem about your father, right?
Yes, they did. Yes.
Yeah, so this was what Sandy was saying. Gentleness changed to a trembling fire. Talking about your father's faith, a wonderful tribute. Yeah.
Thank you, Sandy. I appreciate that.
So we wanted to do an hour and Mariah some peas and jerk chicken. More I'm gonna deal with it real quick. But this is the part where you give your shout outs. If you feel like you want to do another piece, that's all fine with me. If you think that's okay, we can say bye bye until we meet next year. And yeah, all your performances that you've been doing, I might not see all of them, but what I saw so far, it's phenomenal, and you're improving more and more each time you perform, each time you read. And I like the fact that you are a therapist, and you are here for essential reasons and purposes. And we say kudos and hats off goes out to you. So yeah, make your shout outs, and if you want to do another piece, fine with me. But yeah, say what you want and do the do.
Thank you. I won't do another poem. But thank you. I think I'll do some focus on some shout outs because I wouldn't be here without a lot of people. I first of all want to just shout out you and Lori just for your support and your encouragement because when I first came into Pawtucket poetry in January, that was like the restart of me writing poetry again. And so and reading stuff again aloud. So thank you to you two for just being encouragers of poets and artists and creatives. I also need to just shout out my mom, my biological mom. She's just always been encouraging of my writing. My dad, who passed away, is also very encouraging of my writing. And then my spiritual family, Megan, who we saw on YouTube, is part of my church. So shout out to Megan for like coming on here and just everybody in my spiritual community, my spiritual parents, Apostle Charles Endefon and Donna Endefon. Don't think they're watching, but want to shout them out. Spiritual mentors have been so integral to my life. Um, yeah, there's probably so many other people I could shout out, but I'm just so thankful for mentors, friends, other creatives who have just molded me into who I am.
Thank you
Oh,
so
and
much. Go
find
on,
me.
you can continue.
Oh, and you can find me on Instagram at Monica D Vance Therapist if you're like interested in inspirational, motivational stuff for creatives and leaders.